The Antevigil Collective.
Hey YouTube, it's Kissman. I'm bored, so I decided to do the first tag. Um, I saw it on Beautiful Bronze Goddess and also on Lux Mermedia. I think that's how you pronounce her name. But anyway, so I decided to do it. Okay, let's start with the first question. Do you still talk to your first love? No, I do not. That was a horrible relationship, and I wish him the best, but I don't want to talk to him no more. Next one. What was your first alcoholic drink? My first alcoholic drink is funny because it's a funny story. My grandma's husband was throwing a birthday party. Well, his children threw a birthday party for him. And someone spiked the punch bowl, and my grandma didn't know. So she was giving me and my cousins drinks from the punch bowl. And once she saw that we were all kind of loopy, that's when she found out that they spiked the punch bowl. It was my sister, me, my cousin that's 2 years younger than me, and my little cousin that's 6 years younger than me. And I was 6, I believe. No, I was 9 because Nisi was 3, and we were all drunk, and it was horrible. But so that was my first alcoholic drink. I guess you could say rum punch. Um, my first job was at Victoria's Secret. I was a sales associate, and I loved it. I worked in the beauty section, so it was always fun, and I always met new people. So it was great. I loved that. I would work there all the time if I could, but the pay wasn't enough. My first car, I bought myself. It was a Hyundai Accent 2002. I still have it. Me and Tink are great. I love that car. She hasn't let me down yet. Knock on wood, thank God. Okay, who was the first person to text you today? It was my mom. We always text each other throughout the day, every day. So, yeah, she was the first person to text me today. Who is the first person you thought of this morning? I thought of my daughter, Gigi. Uh, Maybe because she was starting to cry a little bit in her sleep, but she was okay. That was first person. Okay, who was your first grade teacher? My first grade teacher was Miss Butts. Very strict. And she was my mom's teacher, so yeah. Where did you go on your first ride on an airplane? My first ride on an airplane was to Jamaica, Montego Bay. It was the first time I was out of the country as well. It was a gift from my mom and my sister for right after my graduation. So that was fun. I loved it. Okay. Who was your best friend and do you still talk? My first friend was a girl named Heather. And no, unfortunately we don't talk. Once we switched out of elementary school to middle school, she went to a different middle school and high school, and we kind of like lost touch throughout the years. So it's unfortunate. She was my best friend for like almost throughout my entire elementary school experience since, and my middle school started at 7th grade, so from about, I would say, 3rd grade to 6th grade, we were best friends. Okay, where was your first sleepover? We only had sleepovers with family members and very close family members at that. So my first sleepover was probably at my grandmother's. We didn't go to friends for sleepovers. Our sleepovers consisted of my granny, my grandma, my aunt Rachel, and my auntie Gloria. And that's it. We didn't have sleepovers. My family didn't play that. Okay. Who was the first person you talked to today? Other than saying my prayers to God, was my fiance telling him I was heading out to go running this morning. Okay. Whose wedding were you in for the first time? It was my auntie Rachel's wedding, and it was beautiful. I was one of her flower girls, and my sister was her bridesmaid. What was the first thing you did this morning? I prayed. I talked to Gigi. Well, I settled her back into sleep so I could go running. And then I got ready to run. That was it. What was the first concert you ever went to? I went to a jazz concert with my fiance in City Place in Palm Beach. And I think his name is Wynton Marsalis. It was a great concert, but I'm kind of iffy on his name. Sorry. Um, First broken bone. Never had a broken bone. Thank God. Knock on wood. Thank God. Okay, first piercing. My mom had my ears pierced as a baby. But the first piercing that I ever chose was a belly button piercing. And that was a horrible experience. And it's because I have a extreme needle phobia, and my mom taught me into it some type of way. Maybe because she said she would get it done at the same time, so it wouldn't be as horrible for me. But it was horrible because the guy didn't use any clamps. He just pinched my skin from my navel with his bare fingers like this. And he said, "Take a breath." And I took a breath, and then he stabbed me. And I couldn't breathe. And I started having a panic attack. And then my mom did end up getting her belly button pierced. So it was horrible for me. And my mom tricked me. And my sister tricked me too. So, yeah. First foreign country have you gone to? Of course, it was Jamaica to my first plane ride. And after that, it was Costa Rica. And that was awesome too. I would go back to Costa Rica. The food is delicious. And it's always something to do. And it's so down to earth. It's amazing. First movie you ever remember seeing? At home, the earliest movie I can remember is 101 Dalmatians. In the movies, I can't remember. I remember a cartoon, but I don't remember what it was. It was probably something with Disney. Okay. When was your first detention? Oh, it was horrible. I am a horrible morning person. Well, I was a horrible morning person in high school. And my sister usually woke me up, but for some reason, she didn't wake me up. And I heard the alarm, but it just didn't click in my head to get up. So I was late, and I tried to explain it to my counselor, who didn't care. She was like, "You still have to have detention," and I cried because I was just so frustrated. It was horrible, and I had detention because I was late. Like, not even like late. It was like 2 minutes late, and my mom even tried to explain it to him. But so yeah, that was my first detention. Who was your first roommate? My first roommate was my fiance. I'm not great with staying with people because I'm a very neat person. I know I've been slacking because I had a baby, but that's because I had to chase after a baby. But normally you can go through my house with a white glove and you would not find anything. I'm a extremely nitpicky person. Okay, if you had one wish, what would it be? Other than for world peace, I know that sounds like a Miss America pageant thing, but I really do wish for world peace. But for something more realistic, I and something that's like more close to home instead of, for the world. I wish for my dad to be better because my dad has MS and he's wheelchair bound, and I just wish he could play with my daughter like he played with me when I was a kid. Okay, what is something you would learn if you had the chance? Something I would learn if I had the chance. Another language. Because I have my friend who speaks Spanish, and I have some friends that speak Creole, but they don't speak it all the time. They speak English all the time unless they run into someone who doesn't speak English. So I wish that I could learn a language so I could pass that down to my daughter, and it'll be great, for real life when you go places. Because I like to travel. Maybe not all the time, but I do. So I wish I could learn another language. More specifically, Spanish or Italian or French. Those would be great. One of the love languages. And then after that, I would love to learn Arabic because that's on the rise. So that's one thing I wish I could learn. What were the first lessons you ever took? In elementary school, I played the violin. So I guess that was the first lessons I ever took. Yeah, okay, and that's the end of the question. So that was pretty fun. It gave me something to do for a little while. And for whoever watches this video, I guess tag your it. And I'll see you guys later. My update about my hair will be soon. As you can see, it's, yeah, still hell on my satin cap. My hair is pretty good. This gel that I use is flaky because every time I move my hair, I can see little flakes rain down. So I'm going to have to wash my hair soon, but you can't see it. So I think I'm just going to switch to just pure aloe vera gel to twist my hair. And I also have a small shipment of scarves so I can tie my hair up when I'm out, because my locks are going through a slightly fuzzy phase. I'll just show you my slightly. It's not like crazy, but it's just crazy. I'm very picky about my hair and how it appears. So I just been wearing, you know, my black beanie, my khaki beanie, and that's it. Those are only two, and my dark purple beanie. But I have a red scarf, a gold scarf, a black scarf coming in, and this cute gray scarf. I'll order more as time goes through, but African Export had a beautiful scarf that she posted yesterday or the day before on this video where she's talking about this clothing line that she liked, and her scarf was beautiful. I wish I knew where she picked that one up. But anyway, I'm starting to ramble. So anyways, I'll talk to you later, guys. Bye.